Hi everyone, welcome to my Create with Mandy time. Thank you for joining me today. You could be joining me on Facebook Live, or you might be watching the replay on Facebook, or perhaps you're watching from YouTube. So whichever way you're watching this, thank you very much for joining me. And as you are watching, please say hi and let me know that you're here. And if it's your first time watching, let me know where you're watching from as well. So while I'm waiting for a few people to jump on, I'll just bring this live up on my iPad so that I can see all of the comments that are coming through. So we'll just do that while we are waiting for everybody. So as you're jumping on, say hi, let me know you're here. Turn that volume right down. Okay, great. So, how's everyone's week been? Let me know as you're jumping on. Got my hair all everywhere today. Every time I wash it, it goes all fluffy. Hi Anita, how are you? Thank you for joining me. Hi Jenny, thank you for joining me. Great to see you. Who else have we got jumping on tonight? How's everyone's week been? Hi Julie, how are you? Great to see you. Let me just tip that down a little bit. There we go. Yeah, great. So I've got a couple of quick and easy projects to show you tonight. And the first one is really easy, and then we're going to just step it up a little bit. And we're playing with some new product tonight. Some new product that's going to be coming out in the brand new annual catalogue, which I have right here. Here it is. So this one is going to be, all the products from this catalogue are going to be available from the 3rd of June, which is it's less than a week now. It was a week yesterday, so 6 days, yay, 6 days, and we'll be able to get all these beautiful new products. Oh, did you, Jenny? Fantastic. That's great. You made the card from Monday. Fantastic. Was that the fancy fold one, Jenny? Hope so. Hi, Ruth. How you going? Great to see you. Great to have you all here tonight. So I'm just going to get rid of these comments off my phone because that's a distraction when I'm trying to talk to you. So I can read them down on my iPad, which is much less distracting, but I can still see them, so that's good. Yeah, so we're going to be playing with some new product. Now the other thing is too, we have the annual catalogue, which I just showed you, which a lot of you will already know, but if you're watching for the first time, let me show you again. So this is our brand new Stampin' Up! Annual catalogue, and it's going to be available from the 3rd of June. Well, the catalogue itself is available now. The products in it will be available from the 3rd of June. And if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that you're working with here in Australia, and you would like one of these beautiful catalogues filled with so many beautiful products, please get in contact with me and let me know, because I'd love to get one out to you. Now, as well as that, we also have a small brochure, and this is called Make Beautiful Things. And this little brochure has got some beautiful products in it as well as some grouping of products. So if you're new to stamping and you're not quite sure where to start, this is a great little brochure to get your hands on, because it has a group of products that you can just purchase with one code, and then you've got everything to get started with your stamping journey. So that's another great little brochure as well. So if you would like one of those as well, let me know and I can send one out to you too. So oh, that's good, Ruth. I'm glad to hear that you're doing well. Fantastic. Hey Glenda, how are you? Good evening. Thank you for joining me tonight. Good to see you. So has everyone had a good week, and you've been doing some crafting of some sort? And what are you all bringing along with you tonight? Are you bringing along some of your own crafting projects tonight, or are you going to be watching me do some creating tonight? And as I always tell everyone, Thursday nights are really laid back. We have a lot of fun, a lot of chit chat. Bring along your coffee, and if you haven't already made one, duck out and go and make yourself a coffee or a tea. Bring that along as well. And hopefully most of you have had dinner by now. I haven't. I'll have it afterwards. I usually have mine pretty late, or all of our family has ours pretty late. But so I'm quite used to that. And yeah, so I was about to say something else now and I can't remember what it was. I've had so much in my head lately. So, oh, you're knitting tonight. Lovely, Anita. What are you making with your beautiful knitting? My mum was an avid knitter. She was always knitting. Unfortunately, I didn't inherit that skill. She did try to teach me many times. I might have already told this story, I don't know. She tried to teach me many times and I learnt just to do basic stitch, but I could never do any of the fancy stuff, and she always had to cast on and cast off for me and pick up my stitches if I dropped them, because I wasn't that good at it. So yeah. Oh, a pram cover for a baby. Oh, that's lovely, Anita. That's really beautiful. Oh, and you're eating your dinner, Ruth, and Scott's watching the footy. Well, that's a good thing to be doing while Scott's watching the footy, is watching me create. I know which I'd prefer to do. I don't really follow the sport and the footy and things, so I'd much prefer to be crafting. So continue to say hi, continue to chat with me as we jump on. We had a great time last Thursday night. We had a lot of laughs, didn't we? And we're talking all about, oh, it seems like just yesterday. I can't believe it's been a whole week already. But we were talking about some of the things from our school days and some of the different words that we use in the different states for different things. And then we got on to our school days and some of the things that we had when we were at school and what we called them, and was a fun conversation we had last week. Oh, you're watching two things at once, Julie, watching me and Home and Away. That's multitasking at its best. Well done. So continue to say hi as you jump on. We'll continue chatting. Now, I'll try and keep tonight as short as possible because I'm actually returning to work tomorrow after long service leave. So I've been off for nearly 5 weeks, plus the 2 weeks holidays before that. So I've been away from work for nearly 7 weeks. And I have to go back tomorrow, so sadly. And yes, so I need to make sure that I get my dinner earlier than normal and get into bed early tonight, because I'll be up at the crack of dawn tomorrow. Well, crack of dawn for me anyway. 6 o'clock's pretty early. Actually, I'll probably be up at 5:45 tomorrow to make sure I'm not late for my first day back. Hey Rose, how are you? Great to see you. Thanks for jumping on. So how about we get started? I'll tip the camera down and I'll show you what we're going to be playing with today. So let me just, now I have to warn you, I've been playing before we went live and I didn't have time to change my grid paper. So my grid paper is a little bit messy. Got a little bit of ink on there and things, but hey, that's what we do when we're crafting, isn't it? When we're stamping. So all good. So let me just cover up the camera and I'll flick the camera down and we'll get started. So just give me a moment. Okay, and flip those cameras. All right, let's see where we are at. I think I've got that tilted just a little bit too much. And I'll remember to put my lights down today too. On Monday, when I was filming my Monday Facebook Live, I forgot to tip my lights down. So the whole time I was creating in the half dark, but I didn't even realize. So the lighting couldn't have been too bad because nobody said anything. So yeah, so there we go. So I got that lined up fairly well tonight. Wow, I think that's the best I've done it like in probably forever. It's not too bad at all. Just to straighten up and move over just a little bit. Okay, so any of these products that I show you, you'll be able to purchase those from, as I said, the new products that I'll show you, they'll be available from the 3rd of June. And you can find my online store via my blog at mandyspapercraftcreations.blogspot.com. I also do have a website as well, mandywitherby.stampinup.net. But if you go to my blog, I've got a lot of projects there for you. I've got tutorials for sale as well. There is a page that I have for tutorials, and you'll see the link at the top for that. You can just click on that and have a look at the tutorials that I have for sale. And they can be purchased from anywhere in the world because they are a PDF and a video. I have video links as well, so I can sell them to anywhere in the world. Hey Leslie, great to see you. Thanks for jumping on. Yeah, so you can get any of these products there from my online store. You just need to go to my blog and click on the shop tab. And if you are purchasing with me, or shopping with me I should say, this is my current host code. Each month I have a different host code, but if you use your host code when you're shopping with me and your orders are above $30, then you will receive a thank you gift from me. Okay, so let me show you what we are playing with. So as I said, we're going to be playing with brand new product from our brand new annual catalogue, which is going to be available from the 3rd of June. Now I can't show you the inside of the catalogue just yet because we can't show that until it goes live. All I can show you is the physical products and the cover of the catalogue. Actually, you know what? I can show you the back cover. Let's see what's on the back cover. Okay. So the products that are on the front cover and the products that are on the back cover are actually the products we're going to be using today. And to be honest, I hadn't looked closely at this before I had designed the projects for tonight, which is pretty funny because I am actually doing something similar to that, but in different colors. So yeah, and I just realized that. But these are the products we'll be using. So let me show those to you. So we're going to be using the gorgeous Lovely You stamp set. Now this stamp set has 18 stamps in the stamp set, and they are shown here on the front cover at 95%. So it's almost full size to what the actual stamp set is. Sorry, I'll bring that down a little bit for you. Yeah, so it's almost, they're just a little bit larger than what you see here on the front image, and it's got a lot of stamps here and beautiful sentiments with this gorgeous cursive writing here as well. Now this stamp set comes with a coordinating punch, and this is the not sure how that will show up because the images always reflect on the screen. I think that shows up okay. So this punch is the pick a label punch, I think it's called. I always forget the name of it, especially when we have a lot of new products. It takes a while for me to get all the new products in my head. So let me just quickly look that up so I give you the right name for it. It is the, if I can find it, hang on one sec. It's called Lovely Label Pick-a-Punch. And it's got the 2 punches with 3 sizes. So in effect, you've actually got 6 punches in one with this one. Now these 2 products, they can be purchased individually, or you can save 10% and buy them as a bundle. Now also too, something that is going to be coming up from the 3rd to the 30th of June is a special promotion that I haven't actually posted just yet. We only got all the information about it in the last, well, today I think it was actually. There is a joining offer that will be happening during June from the 3rd to the 30th of June, that when you join Stampin' Up, not only do you get the ordinary benefits, so you get $66 worth of free product, you get free shipping, you also get to choose a bundle for free. On top of all of that, you get to choose a bundle for free just for joining Stampin' Up. And this is one of the bundles that is available that you can get for free. So I thought it was a great time to be able to show that to you tonight as well. So it can be, with that bundle offer, it can either be a punch and stamp set bundle, or it might be a die and stamp set bundle. depending on what products you like to use and what's on your wish list perhaps too. So keep that in mind as I'm playing with this, that this is a bundle and this is one of the products that you could get for free when you join my team during June. And it's only $169 to join my team, to join Stampin' Up, and then you get to choose $235 worth of product and still only pay $169. So you get that $66 additional product free, plus then you get to choose a free bundle on top of that and then get free shipping as well. So lots and lots of great freebies, and from there on you will get 20% off all your future purchases. So when you join my team, there is no need to sell to anybody. If you want to just join for the discount and just to purchase the products for yourself, that is completely fine as well. Okay, so let's pop that aside and we'll get on to the project and I will show you what we're going to be doing. So I've got all my ink pads laid out. I've got my stamps already. I actually put all the stickers on the stamps this afternoon. It took me about about 3/4 of an hour to an hour, I think, to get all of the stickers, because there's 18 in this stamp set. It's huge. So yeah, it took a little while. So this is the first card we're going to be making. Excuse the ink on my grid paper. As I said, I was creating before I went live and I didn't have time to change my paper. So this is the lovely little simple card that we're going to start with, and then we're going to step that up a little bit as well. Okay, so I will show you how to do that. We are going to be starting with some note cards and envelopes. All right, so I will get out my note cards and envelopes. So in the packs of note cards and envelopes, you can get them in either Whisper White or Very Vanilla. You get 20 card bases and 20 matching envelopes in the pack, and they are already pre-scored for you. So all you need to do is to just fold them and then you're ready to go. All right, so this one is, this one is, hang on, I think there's an extra piece of cardstock in there that shouldn't be in there. Where is my, oh yeah, there we go. Sorry, I've put, oh, it has got it is, no, it's okay. It has got a score line. I was thinking, hang on, that one's not scored. But it is, but that one is very faint. So let me get out another one. This one's got a score line on it. Okay, and we'll get an envelope as well. Whoops. So these Whisper White note cards and envelopes, I'm not sure if you'll see that on camera, but they do have a score line down the middle there. So you always score with the mountain, so the humpy part, on the inside, okay? So you want to score with the mountain fold on the inside. On the other side will be a valley fold where it dips down. So that's going to be the outside of the card, and the mountain fold, the humpy bit, that's going to be on the inside. Okay, so you just fold that in half, and just be sure when you are lining it up that it does line up exactly before you press down that that side. I'm just going to flip it around actually to do this because I'm right-handed. Yeah, just make sure that you've got those edges lined up nicely before you press it down. Now, if you don't have a bone folder, you can just press it down with your hands or an old credit card, or even maybe a clean pencil or a marker edge or something like that, something that's clean that you can just run along the edge. But I like to use a bone folder and just give that a nice press along the edge, which just gives a nice crisp edge there for your card. Okay, and then we've got our envelope there which coordinates as well, and they fit in there beautifully. So we'll pop the envelope aside for the moment and we'll start with this first card. Now, the first thing we're going to do, you might be wondering on my card how I got this effect here. It is really, really easy. So all you need to do is, and I'm not sure if my other one will still work, so I'll get a new one. I have these large sticky notes. So they are, how big are they? They are 12.5 centimetres by 7.5 centimetres, which I just get from Officeworks, which is our big stationery stores here in Australia. So I basically just got that, and where the sticky part is at the top, I just cut a strip. Now, I didn't actually measure that because I looked at the sentiment that I was using and I just sort of gauged how much I would need to fit the sentiment in there. But I will tell you, I'll measure this one. So it's 2.5 centimetres wide, and that's the original one that I used. It's a little bit curly now because I've used it a few times. So I will just cut another one at 2.5 centimetres with that sticky part of the sticky note there at the top. We need that sticky part there. So I'll just bring in my cutter, my trimmer, and we'll do that, which I'll have to do at a bit of an angle because I've got all my ink pads laid up here. So we'll just go to 2.5 centimetres and we'll just trim that here. There we go. So that extra bit of sticky note, we don't need that. I can use that to write notes on or something. So now we've got our little strip, which is sticky, as you can see. And we're just going to lay that strip, and I'm using my grid paper to make sure that I've got this card straight as I do this. And you're basically just laying it across the card like that. Now you can put it at as much of an angle as you like to. I sort of have gone for a similar angle to what I had before. In fact, I've probably not even gone as much of an angle as what I had before. So I could even bring that down a little bit. And you want a little bit of space up here where you're going to be able to stamp as well. Oh, look, I got two. There we go. I've got another one for next time. Oh, my dog's in the room here with me and she's starting to snore. I apologise if you can hear her. Sometimes she snores really loud. All right, so we'll pop that down about there. There we go. And because the sticky note is a little bit bigger than the card, it actually helps to hold it in place. So if you press that down on those parts that overlap, it actually helps to hold the card down in place, which is awesome. Now I'm just using a sponge dauber. You can buy these sponge daubers from Stampin' Up! In a pack of 5. And then I always have one for every colour that I use, just so that I'm not mixing and blending my colours and muddying up my stamp pads. And I am using Coastal Cabana for this part. And this is a little bit of a technique, but it's not a difficult technique at all. If you don't have sponge daubers, you could also use a small sponge wedge to do this, the same sort of technique. But it's a really, really simple technique, but very effective. And if you didn't want to do the sponging, you could just stamp your sentiment on there on its own without doing that sponging. But I'll show you what we do with this. So we call this a mask. So we're masking off that section of the card because we want to save what's under that section of the card. We want that to stay white to stamp our sentiment. Okay, so we're masking that off. I'll just move that over to this side. And then we're just going to dab our dauber into our ink. And then I've just got over at the side here a scrap piece of paper, which you can see I've been stamping on. So it's a little bit messy. Let's turn that over. I just dab my dauber off a couple of times so the ink isn't too heavy. And then I'm going to use circular motions. But I'm going to start on the sticky note first and then just gradually take my dauber off onto the edge there of where that sticky note meets the cardstock. And I'm just doing circular motions, just going all the way down and back up. And then dabbing again, dabbing off a little bit so it's not too heavy, starting on the sticky note and then taking that ink off. If I just went directly with the dauber straight onto the cardstock without starting on the sticky note, you would get a big dot of ink like that. It would be very harsh. So we want that nice soft color on there. And you actually pick up more color than you expect to as well on the cardstock. And so a way that you can tell how much ink you're getting down is you can just lift up one edge of your sticky note to reveal the color. So see that? See how much ink that's picked up? Hi Athena, how are you? Thank you for joining me tonight. We're doing a little bit of masking tonight. All right, and then we'll do the other side. So just continue with those circular motions, just going off the edge of that sticky note a little bit. So I'm really only going off by probably about 1/2 centimetre. But remembering to always, as you're starting your circular motions, start on your sticky note first and then take the dauber off so that you don't get any harsh sort of dot or heavy spots of ink on your cardstock there. Unless that's the look you're going for, of course. All right, so then we've done that side as well, and then you'll see when I peel this back, so you can see the color there. Now you can take that as heavy as you like, but I didn't want it too heavy. I just want to leave it nice and light. So you can see when I pull that right back, we've got the color there on both sides. So we're going to now leave that mask in place while we're doing the rest of our stamping. And I'm happy with the amount of color that I've got down there. Okay, so we'll pop that back down there. I'm going to adhere those ends again back down to my grid paper to hold that in place. And we'll move the Coastal Cabana ink away now. And so now I'm coming in with my Flirty Flamingo ink, and I'm using this little flower here from the stamp set. And I'm going to just stamp a few of these randomly with my mask still in place. Okay, so we're just going to stamp them here and there. You can stamp them wherever you like. We're basically creating a background of color. Okay, so we'll just do 4 of those. So that was the Flirty Flamingo. Then we've got the Granny Apple Green. And this time I'm using these leaves. So we're just going to go now in between the spaces there and just put down some of that gorgeous Granny Apple Green, and just turning the stamp as well to just give a bit of interest so that it's not always going to be in the same direction. Coming down this way and then up here, and then we'll do a little bit coming in from the edge just there. Gorgeous. All right. Then, oh, hi Sharon, how are you? I'm good, thank you. I'm very good. All right, and then we've got our gorgeous grape, and we're going to use this little flower this time. And so we're just going to fill in now with this pop of color, just in these little blank spaces. So you're basically just creating a background. There we go, beautiful. So we've got all those gorgeous colors going on there. Now we've finished laying down all of our stamps. So that's as easy as it is. That's almost finished now, that card. Let's just move our scrap out of the way. So now we've finished stamping all of those images on there and we've got all our colors down. We can now remove our mask. And now you can see the full effect of that Coastal Cabana where I sponged that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our basic grey ink and our sentiment, and I'm using Trust Me You're Lovely, and I'm going to ink that up. And I'm just going to turn this at an angle so that I can line that up. Actually, I'm going to open it up first, just so it sits flat. And I'm going to line that sentiment up and just pop that down there in the middle. And there you have a gorgeous card. So anyone can do that. That is really, really simple. And as I said, if you didn't want to do the sponging with the mask, which is really easy, it's just a sticky note and a dauber or a sponge. And as I showed you, it's really easy to do that. But if you don't want to do that, you can just put your sentiment down. You can still put all those other colors down, but you wouldn't have that nice soft inked edge there. But that would still be beautiful. Now, if you wanted to step this card up, I've brought in some very vanilla lace ribbon. What is it called? Scalloped lace trim. And I have just made a little bow, and I did that previously. So I've just made a little bow. So I'm just going to pop a little bow on there. So you don't need to do the bow. You can just leave that as it is. But if you would like to step it up a little bit, and then I have another one after this and we'll step it up even more. Oh, you're tired, are you, Sharon? Had a big week at work, I guess. Yeah, I'm glad that you're good though. All right, so I'm just popping a little glue dot on the back of the bow, and I'm just going to pop that little bow down here. There we go. And we'll just get that sitting there. Okay, so then we just add that little bow. And then if we wanted to, we could then add some bling. So I've got lots of bling here. I've got basic rhinestone basic jewels, which are just our ordinary clear silvery look ones. I've got some coloured Noble Peacock ones here, which these ones, I think it's these ones that are retiring on the 2nd of June. But we will have lots of other new embellishments as well that are coming. And I've also got these glitter enamel dots, and I thought maybe they would go well as well because we've got the purple ones there. So I just was going to have a little play with the colours and see, and we've got the Granny Apple Green, and I think that one was, I'm not sure if that's Coastal Cabana or Bermuda Bay. So I was deciding which jewels to use. I think these ones are going to be the wrong colour, except for the greens, but we might try these ones. We'll have a little go with these ones and see how these ones look. So these glitter enamel dots, not sure if these ones are carrying over or not. I'll have to have a look in my catalogue just to see, because I can't remember if those ones were retiring or not. Let's see if I can find them quickly. We have some in colour glitter enamel dots which are coming in. Yeah, these particular ones are actually retiring, but we will have the in colour ones coming, which I think I showed the other day on my Facebook Live. It might have even been last week that I showed those ones. So let's see, what colour will we have? Well, we could have all of the colours, couldn't we? Could go crazy with the colours if we wanted to. We could even add, actually, we could even just add some colour here to the sentiment. We could add a little pop of purple there, of the Gorgeous Grape. Oh, hey Fee, how you going? We are doing some really simple little cards today, and we just did a little bit of masking on this one as well. So we've got that gorgeous little pop of Gorgeous Grape there. And then we could just put some of these, but they're hard to see because there's so much colour going on. Maybe the rhinestone basic jewels would be better. Yeah, I might put some rhinestone basic jewels on there as well. I think these ones are going to be a little bit hard to see because we've got so much colour going on there already. But I like that purple one just there. Oh, sorry, Gorgeous Grape. I like that just there. Ah, thanks, Fee. Yeah, so I'm going to add some of these little tiny ones if I can pick them up. Come on. Whoops. There we go. And I'm just going to pop some of these down here and there to just add, oh, they're slippery tonight. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just my hands. To just, oh, I can't have that one there. They're in line. Ah, come off. There we go. Move that one down a little bit lower. There we go. Can't have them in line. That just wouldn't work, would it? So we can have those two down there. And perhaps another one up here. So then we've got we've got those 3, and then that's the additional one there, which is 4. Usually you only have 3. Oh, hi, Kathy. Thank you very much. Yes, I love that little pop of color on the sentiment strip there. And those other little rhinestone basic jewels, they just give an added bit of color. You could also use the Wink of Stella if you wanted to give each of those a little bling, but we are just keeping this one really, really simple. All right, so let's step this up to the next level. Okay, so this time we are going to use a few different layers. Oh, I didn't do the envelope. I was going to do the envelope as well. So let's do the envelope. So we'll add some color onto the envelope with our stamps that we were using before. Not sure where I'm going to fit that one. Maybe that one can come down from the top. And then we'll pop our little purple flower. Just sneak that one in there, and we might put another little one down here. There we go. And then on the back of the envelope, let's put a flower. There we go. Make sure I put all of those stamps back in the right color ink pad. I don't want to mix them up. So there we go. So we've got our little flower on the back, and then we've got the 3 colors there on the front. So then that will go with that one. Okay, so we'll step that up now. I have got here some of the colors that we have used in that card. So I've got my Whisper White again, which we're going to stamp on, and then oh yeah, they are, aren't they, Kathy? Yeah. And then we've got our Flirty Flamingo as the base, and our Gorgeous Grape, which is going to be our layer. So let's start with our Whisper White. So this piece of Whisper White is 13.2 centimeters by 8.9 centimeters. All right, and we're basically going to do the same thing again. So let's bring in our mask. We will line that up with our grid paper to make sure we've got that nice and straight. We'll lay down our mask. Make sure that's adhered nice and strongly there to the grid paper. Oh, no worries, Ruth. Oh, it's Granny Apple Green. Granny Apple Green we were using. All right, so again with we'll bring back in our scrap paper, and we'll just tap our dauber onto the ink pad, just exactly the same as we did with the first card. Tap it off a little bit first. Start your circular motion on your sticky note, and then take that color down. And just keep repeating that. Dab off, start on your sticky note, then bring the color to the cardstock. And as I was saying before, for anyone who might just be jumping on now, the reason that we start off the paper or off the cardstock first on the sticky note and then bring the color in is so that we get a softer effect on the actual cardstock itself. Otherwise we'd end up with big blobby bits of ink showing on the actual cardstock, and we don't want that. We just want it to be nice and soft. Okay, and then we'll do the same on the lower side, just with those nice circular motions. And I actually did just do the, I just did what I said not to do. And went a bit heavy there in one spot, but that's okay. We can cover that up with some of our other stamping. All right, there we go. So then you can check that. So then you just lift up your sticky note just to check to see that you're happy with the color. And this one's quite dark, so, and you can see where I've gone a little bit darker just in spots here as well, where I haven't started quite on the sticky note well enough, and down here as well. I did it too down here. It took my eyes off it for a moment, but that's okay. You can cover that up with some of your stamping. All right, so we'll leave that in place while we do our stamping, and we'll do the same again. So each time you do this, you're going to get a slightly different look. You will never have 2 cards exactly the same, which is great. Oh, look what I did here. Well, that's all right. That might be where some of our bling is going to go to cover that up. I pressed it a little bit too hard. All right, so that was the Flirty Flamingo. Now we're coming in with the Granny Apple Green. And just doing the same as before, just filling in those blank spaces with the Granny Apple Green. Turning our stamp so we're getting different effects, or different images, I should say. We don't want it to look all exactly the same. And we'll go across this way. All right, so that's our Granny Apple Green. And then coming in lastly with our little purple flower to just fill in any of the extra blank spaces there. Oops, overlap those a little bit, but that's okay. I wonder if we can put a bit of purple just over some of that pink there to help hide that. And we'll put a little bit down here, going off the side. And we might even add one more just up here at the top. There we go. Great. Okay, so that is all our color laid down. So we can remove that sticky note now. There we go, to reveal our card front. And then we can do our sentiment. And I'll do the same one again. We have lots of different sentiments in this stamp set, so we could use any of those in there. Yeah, any of those would work. I might actually use this one, Miles Apart But Still in My Heart. Let me grab another block. Where's my other long block? Oh, I can't see my other long block. It must have a stamp on it somewhere. Hang on, let me give this one a quick clean, and I'll change that. We'll change the sentiment up this time. Give that one a little bit of a clean on our chamois. And I'll carefully remove that one. And I'll grab our Cherished Friend. There it is there. All right, and I like to use my grid paper to line up my stamp as best as possible, and then I use my grid paper to also line up my block to try and get that straight. Okay, so then we are just stamping in basic grey, and I will just test this first because I haven't used this stamp yet, just to make sure it's clean and hasn't got any residue from the manufacturing. And then I'm just going to turn that at a slight angle so I've got that line where I can line it up nicely, and then just stamp that down. There we go. And there is our card front. Okay, so then we are just going to very simply mat that onto our Gorgeous Grape, and the Gorgeous Grape is cut at 9.9 centimeters by 14.2 centimeters. So we're just going to, well, actually, before we do that, I just had an idea. Before we do that, will I do it before? Yes, I'll have to do it before because it's a big layer, that one. I just had a thought. On the other one, we just popped a little bow on the front there, which looks gorgeous, which we could do again. But how about if we wrapped this around? We might wrap this around this time. Let's do that. We'll wrap that around and adhere that on the back. I'll pop a little bit of, I'll just pop a little glue dot on the back of each side of that ribbon there, and we'll adhere that at the back. Okay, so we'll line that up there with, and you can still see, because it's a lace ribbon, you can still see the colour through it that we masked, or that we sponged onto there. You can still actually see that through, which is great. So you can even put it down a little bit if you wanted to, or line it right up with the edge. Trying to line it up precisely. There we go. All right, so we can add that little bit of lace there. You could even do it on the other side as well if you wanted to. But I think I'm just going to do it on, I don't know, let's have a look. Where did I just put that lace down? Oh, there it is. Keep putting things down and not looking where I'm putting them. If we went that way, I think I'll just leave it on the bottom. I think it might be a bit of lace overkill if I put it on the top as well. All right, and then we will just adhere that. Now, because I've got the lace there, I'm going to use some tear and tape just so that I've got some extra strong adhesive over that section there where I've got that lace. Let me just grab my tape scissors. Always be sure to have different scissors for your tape as to what you use for your cutting, because they do tend to get a bit sticky. Okay, just pop that down. So what's everybody else been doing this week? So I've heard from a couple of you. A couple of you have been making cards, and we've got some doing knitting. Some are having their dinner right now. What else have you been doing or creating during the week? Let me know. And let me know if you've got any stories to tell me too. I don't have any stories so much this week. It's been a bit of a quieter week, I suppose. I am getting ready to go back to work tomorrow though. Have to go and prepare my lunch and all those things. Get back into that routine again. It's been a while since I've been at work. So lovely to have long service leave, but I've used it all up now. I used up the second lot, my second lot of long service leave these past few weeks. So I won't get any more now for a few years. But thankfully I do get school holidays. Well, usually I get school holidays, depending. Sometimes I have to do a little bit of work in the school holidays. Okay, so then we've got that layer, and then we're going to pop that layer up onto our Flirty Flamingo. So we're going to use some dimensionals to do that. And this is going to be a very bright and happy, cheery card. This one, lots and lots of colours going on. And I did choose these colours for a reason, because when our new catalogue comes out, we are actually going to be having a set of Stampin' Spots in these colours, as well as in Daffodil Delight and Real Red, and you'll be able to purchase those as a whole set together, and then have you know, you have multiple colours then to use on your crafting projects. And it's a great way of getting a whole heap of colours all at the same time for a really affordable price. Oh, you worked today, did you, Fee? Oh, okay. No crafting for you this week, Ruth? Just working. Yep. And Athena made some jewellery. Oh, for a 16-year-old. Blue topaz, no sterling silver with blue topaz. So, oh, so sterling silver with blue topaz. Oh, that sounds beautiful. Really beautiful. Okay, so then we're just going to line that up. Oh, I didn't get that straight. Ah, don't stick, don't stick, don't stick. Didn't get that quite straight then. Come on, up you come, up you come. Up, 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 up. Oh, tore a little bit, but that's okay. I'm going to cover that up. So let me try that again. Try and get that straighter this time. Yeah, that's a bit better. Okay, so then we've got that popped up. We've got that little bit of extra lace there. And now if we want to, we can still do another bow and add that there. And Glenda's spending every day at the hospital with your daughter. Oh, she's having cancer treatment, Glenda. That's terrible. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Brisbane for 3 weeks with her. Oh, no, that's terrible. So sorry to hear that. Hopefully how's she coping with her treatment? Is she coping okay with her treatment? Such a huge thing, isn't it? It's so good that you can be there with her to support her through that. All right, and then we'll tie our little bow. And there we go. This ribbon, or this lace, I should say, this lace trim, the scallop is just along the one edge. So I find when tying the bows, what I usually do is before I'm sort of tying it off really tightly, I twist the ribbon so that I've got the scallop going in the same direction. So usually it ends up along the bottom. So it's just a little bit fiddly. It's not difficult to do it, but it's doable. It's just a little bit more fiddly because you've got to sort of twist it as you're tying it off. But it is a really, really soft, beautiful ribbon, this one. I love it. I don't use it often enough, actually. I should use it more often. There we go. Oops, it's a bit long. There we go. Alrighty. So, oh, she's not doing too well. Oh, really? Oh, that sounds horrible. Poor thing. Oh, dear. Oh, it's good that you're there to look after her and be there with her to support her, Glenda. That's really tough. Yeah, especially being your child, watching your child go through that. No matter how old they are, they're still your child. That would be really difficult. All right, so then I will add that little bow onto there as well. So we'll grab those glue dots again. Glue dots are just the best for adhering ribbon, aren't they? And we'll pop that little bow down there over our, oops, my little loop, my little loopy loop has wanted to twist over again. I just noticed that. Just give it a little tug and try and get it to sit flat. There we go. You sit there. You stay there, little bow, little loop. There we go. And I always like to, wherever I pop down my bow, if I haven't put any adhesive underneath the ribbon on the front there, I always like to just pop a little glue dot underneath where I've put that bow, just to keep that still where it is, and get it to stay where it should be. There we go. But I don't put any glue dots under the rest of that lace because you would see it, but you won't see it there under the bow, and that will just help to hold that in place. All right. So now we will add our bling, bling, bling. So let's this time go with, we could this time perhaps use one of the, I think these ones are Coastal Cabana, or they could be, yeah, they are. They must be Coastal Cabana because the Bermuda Bay is much darker. So we might pop, well, oh, that one's bigger. Actually, I might go back to the purple. Oh, let's check the green ones. I've run out of all the really little small ones of those. Let's pop a green one there this time. And then we'll bring in our rhinestones. And we'll pop down some of those rhinestones as well. Oh, I've got some medium-sized ones. Let's put down some medium-sized ones this time too. And we'll pop one up here. Where will I go? I might go with a smaller one up there actually. I'll put this one over here. Go with a smaller one up here. And I did cover that up a little bit. I think this one needs some more. Go crazy with the bling. Love the bling. You can even put some bling in the center of some of these little flowers. And if you can pick them up. It's a bit challenging picking them up sometimes. I might put one down here in this little flower here too. So there we go. So there's our second card done already. I'm doing well for time tonight. Wow. Oh, hi Megan, how are you? Great to see you tonight. I'm just finishing off actually. Oh, we should do an envelope for that. Oh, I didn't get my big envelopes down for this one. That's okay. I'll stamp one of those envelopes later. So there we've got our 2 projects. Sorry, that paper underneath is really, really messy. Let me just see if I can cover that up with some cardstock so that you can see the 2 projects together. There we go. So we've got a really basic, easy, anyone can do project to begin with on our little Whisper White note cards, and then we've just stepped that up to use some of our cardstock. We've got Whisper White, Gorgeous Grape, and our Flirty Flamingo, which is in the colors in the inks that I've used to make those cards. So there you go. We've done a little bit of technique with some masking and some sponging there. And then, yeah, you can just see how quick and easy it is to just make beautiful cards, and anybody can do that. It's really easy. So, oh, thank you, Glenda. Thank you so much. Yeah, no worries, Megan. You know what? You can always watch the replay afterwards and rewind back to the beginning if you'd like to. And you'll be able to see how I did that masking there as well. So, yeah, so there you go. So very quick and easy. So let me flip the camera up now to so that I can say goodbye to you all, because that's the end of our projects for tonight. So let me just cover up the camera and I'll flip that up. Okay, and flip those cameras. And remember to adjust my lights this time, so that I'm not sitting in the half dark. There we go. Oops. Okay, there we go. Done. So there we go. So there we have. So that just shows you how, sorry, I've got the camera all wonky there. There we go. Otherwise you'll all be going like this. So just a really simple little card using our Whisper White note cards and envelopes. Really, really simple. And we just stepped it up with a little bit of ribbon there and some bling over there and down the bottom here. And then our more stepped up version, there we go, I'll go that way. Our more stepped up version there, just adding those layers of cardstock and wrapping that lace around the card. And that's as easy as it is to put together 2 beautiful cards, really quick and easy. So if there is, oh, great, Rose. I'm glad that you learned something new today with the masking. That is awesome. Yes, it is a beautiful, beautiful bundle. So I'll just show you again the bundle. So we've got the, so this is the Lovely You bundle. So you've got the gorgeous stamp set there. It's an 18-piece stamp set. And you've got the coordinating Lovely You, I'm trying to get the right angle. There we go. Lovely You pick a label punch. Oh, I forgot to use that on the card, didn't I? That's what I was going to do. I was going to do the sentiment on the label. I forgot. I completely forgot to do that. That was the added step I was supposed to do, and I completely forgot. That was supposed to be where our label is. So maybe what I'll have to do is I'll have to make another one now. I'll have to make a 3rd one. Oh, look how hot I am. It's very hot under these lights. I'll make a 3rd one now, and I'll use the label, and I'll post that one tomorrow so that you can all come and have a look at that one to see with the using the label punch. I completely got lost with using that one. Sorry about that, everybody. That's all right. We'll do another one and add the label there as well and step that up just a little bit more. So I hope you all enjoyed that. And thank you all so much for joining me tonight. It was lovely to have you all along. And if there's anything that I can help you with, please feel free to let me know. If you have any questions, let me know. Feel free to send me a message. Sometimes too with Facebook Live with the comments. Sometimes Facebook hides some of them, so I don't always see every single comment. So if there's anything in particular that you need or that I can help you with, might be best to send me a private message, and then that way you can be sure that I will see it. So again, if there is anything, oh, thanks, Kathy. Yes, I saw yours the other day actually. I think it was last night or this morning. I was watching yours back on the replay and I loved what you did as well with the stamp set, Kathy. It looked awesome. So yeah, so if there's anything that I can help you with, please let me know. And remember that from the 3rd of June to the 30th of June, one of the joining offers is getting a free bundle when you join, and this is one of the bundles that is available, so keep that in mind. And I did talk about that at the beginning, so if you're just jumping on now at the end, feel free to watch the replay and find out about that exciting joining offer that is going to be running from the 3rd of June. But anyway, I will see you all again next Thursday evening. If not, hopefully I'll see you on Monday afternoon at 4 o'clock. So Monday afternoon at 4 o'clock or Thursday evening at 7. I look forward to seeing you. And I don't know what I'll be playing with next week. New product for sure, but I don't have any projects planned yet. So that's what I'll be working on over the weekend. And we'll have some more exciting things to show you next week. So have a great night, everyone. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you very much for joining me. Good night, everyone. Bye. Oh, happy crafting. Bye.